It's another beautiful day given to us to live, to love, to laugh. Yes, what are we going to do with this opportunity today? What we do with it is left for you. Would you make or mar someone's day? Would you make or mar someone's future? Well, this is Good Morning Abuja, and I am Pamela Zampara. And we have a lot for you today, so go nowhere. Be with us on 98 and 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. You know how we do this program. We always start off first with our motivational talk, and Simon Ubong is standing by.
I'm going to deal with points which are very important. First is cracking the code of communication. Think of your teen as a vault of stories waiting to be unlocked. To crack the code, give them your undivided attention when they talk. No interrupting or flashing that I've got it all figured out. Keep the tone light and friendly. Embrace the conversation as if you are just chatting with a buddy over a cup of coffee. That way you don't make them feel like they are stuck in a lecture hall. Your teen's emotions are like a puzzle, and you are the puzzle master. Even if you don't understand fully, let them know you understand how they are feeling. Give them the space to test their wings. They are like new birds learning to fly. Reassure them that you are there to listen whenever they need. And remember, if they drop a big bombshell, stay cool. Going all fireworks might make them clam up next time. Now, another point I want to focus on is creating special bonding moments. Think of bonding like crafting a secret potion. Mix their interest with yours. Embark on shared adventures like hiking or picnicking. The fresh air and nature's beauty can set the stage for some deep conversations. Another point is mastering the art of active listening. Picture yourself as their personal cheerleader. Show your interest through eye contact and nods. It's like giving them a high five for every sentence. Echo their words back to them. It's like saying, I hear you loud and clear, and I'm right here with you. Sometimes we go overboard to give them advice, and sometimes we don't even want to listen to understand their situation or their circumstances before we rush into conclusion. Another point I want to set is setting the scene with boundaries. Imagine drafting a family guidebook together. Gather around, discuss the rules, and ensure everyone's on the same page. Let them know why certain rules exist. It's like giving them the backstory to the rules they encounter. Flexibility is your superpower. As they grow and evolve, might need a little tweaking. Lastly, navigating challenges and solutions. When conflicts arise, be the calm narrator. Seek compromise. Respect their private heaven. Give them their space, but make sure it's a heaven security.
Many thanks, Simon Ubong, for motivating us this much. We all need motivation to move ahead, right? All right, now it's time for our Keep Speech segment. Please do well to join in. segments there gone by. When exercise is very good for us, so body, mind, it just keeps everything in sync. So it's good to exercise. Ensure we exercise, even if it's just 2 times a week or 3 times a week, or as much as you can. Now let's see this quote on life. Welcome back from quotes on life. Yes, those quotes were very powerful and insightful, right? Let's go on a short break. When we come back, our conversations for the day begin. So go nowhere.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are ready to produce.
I've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Us to say our goodbyes on the program. As usual, I remain your host the most, Omar with Erese, and I'll always be here with my bestie.
Je m'appelle Oguntayo and I'm Percy Justina.
Speaking French now, from Jordan to Sweden.
Adios.
Welcome back from that break. It's Good Morning Abuja, your favorite breakfast show. Now, the importance of self-defense, personal protection as a natural right can never be overemphasized. What do you do when you find yourself in a situation where you need to defend yourself in a criminal trial? This and more will be what we'll be discussing with my guest who is already seated in the studio. I have Momo Sani Ovicha Salawu in the studio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
My guest is a legal practitioner, and together we will be looking at defending oneself in a criminal trial. Help us understand this. Is it possible that you're just on your own, doing your daily activities or whatever, and then somehow situation turns and you find yourself in an incriminating position, or you in a position where you have to defend yourself in court. Does these things, do they happen?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
There are a lot of reasons why one can become a suspect.
Okay.
And once there are charges, once you in our criminal system today, the police hardly even finish investigations. Once they suspect you, the next thing is, if you are not taken on bail, because the law says if you are not granted bail within 48 hours, you should be charged to court. But you might end up finding yourself in court, and that's the only place you can actually defend yourself to prove whether you're guilty or not guilty. So a lot of situations might actually make one just have to appear in court for a criminal trial without actually being guilty, or without even expecting it to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, tell us, what are the ethical considerations when defending oneself in a criminal trial, and how can individuals balance their rights and the need to respect the legal process? How is it done? Give us an insight on that.
Actually, defending oneself in a criminal trial is a right that is enshrined in the Constitution. It's it's born out of the legal principle of natural justice. In Latin, they say "audio authorem patem." That means let the other party be heard. You understand? So it was born in it's actually backed in our Constitution as Section 36. Yeah, so sub 6C, I guess. Yes, sub 6C actually provides for your right to defend yourself in court, or defend yourself by a legal practitioner in a criminal trial. So our Constitution is an enshrined right that before you convict a person, you should give him the opportunity of being heard, and that right you can exercise it either individually on your own, or by getting a legal practitioner to stand for you. As if you decide to exercise it on your own, it means you have to carry out the issue of cross-examination, examination in chief, cross-examining the prosecution witness, examining your own witnesses, leading them in evidence, doing all the necessary things that a lawyer would do for you normally. And it all depends on how knowledgeable or how vast you are in the procedures of the court.
Now, talking about one being vast, can a person actually represent himself in court? And what are the benefits and drawbacks of doing so?
Yes, by rights, like I said, you have a right, and you have a constitutional right, a fundamental right for that matter, to defend yourself in court, either in a criminal matter, either by yourself or by employing the services of a legal practitioner. If you don't have one, the court is duty bound to even provide a legal practitioner for you in a criminal matter.
For free?
Yes, for free. That's why we have the Legal Aid Council and all of that. The court is supposed to assign a legal practitioner to you, particularly in capital offense, when the offense is capital. When it's a capital offense, let's say offenses of murder and all that, you are entitled to have a lawyer to defend you through the procedure. Then, if you decide to defend yourself in court, you have a right to do so legally. But the intricacies involved in legal procedure, because the court is not just a place you just come and speak English. There are procedures, there are technicalities, there are a lot of rules that guide or govern how you go about it. Example, you have to give, like we talked about, bringing witnesses and giving evidence. That is something that is guided by the Evidence Act. That is a law on its own. You might be versed with English, you might know how to speak the English, but you might not understand the requirements or the provisions of the Evidence Act. So how do you now lead your witness in court to give evidence, or how do you cross-examine your witness without making the mistakes? And if at all you start leading your witness in evidence and you are not doing it accordingly, the other party might easily raise objections against the questions you are asking, which will frustrate your own case. There are requirements for you to write addresses. There are so many technicalities involved. That's why it is duty bound. The court makes it duty bound that even if the person finds in a capital offense, even if the person pleads guilty, still requires that you go through the procedure of proving their guilt. And the legal practitioner's role there is to ensure that the necessary technicality that are involved, the trial does not just go straight in without observing the necessary procedures and technicalities involved that are required in a proper trial in court.
I think this is a good time for us to go on a break. So we'll go on a short break. When we come back, Good Morning Abuja continues. Go nowhere.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu
paradise.
alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly guide, Light of Islam. I am Aisha Ahmed.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Farmers are made in form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam NTA channel.
That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need.
Welcome back from that break. Now, we've been discussing defending oneself in a criminal court, and my guest has been Momo Sani Oricha Salawu, and he has been giving us insights on what to do and what not to do. Now, our very next question is, how can individuals effectively navigate the legal system when facing criminal charges, and what resources are available to support them?
Yes, when facing a criminal charge, the most important thing from the beginning of from the moment you have made a suspect, you are duty bound to get a lawyer. The Administration of Criminal Justice Act has actually made provisions that regulates how your statement is even taken. If your statement is taken without the presence of your legal practitioner and all that, it becomes questionable in court. So when you are faced with a criminal allegation, the first thing you should do is to get a lawyer. When you are in court, you need a lawyer. Yes, the procedure for bail, the application for bail, and all that. Most times you have to come through a formal application, through a motion, seeking bail, and those are things that a lawyer can do for you. Then, assuming that it's an offense where you are not granted bail and you have to go through a trial, you still need a lawyer to guide you through the necessary processes of the trial. You have to go through the process of explaining. You have to go through the process of taking witnesses, leading evidence, and you may not know it all. No matter how sound you feel you are, you may not know all the laws that are regulated. God forbid that a lawyer even knows all the laws. It's just that most times you know where to find it. But you as a person, you may not have all the time to go and start reading and taking notes of what to do to defend yourself. And it has also been, the law on its own have tried as much as possible to guide individuals from falling prey of not defending yourself properly in court by relying on yourself. That's why provisions have been made for lawyers to be assigned to you, even at a point when every other person feels you are guilty. That's why we said even in capital offenses, for example, you have committed the murder. Yes, this person, they know they killed this person, but they still provide you a lawyer to ensure that the process of your conviction is fair enough to you and to the society. It's better seen that justice is done than justice is than denied. You understand? It's according to the Denning, it's better that at 99 prisoners or criminals are set free than one free person be incarcerated. You understand? So we believe that it's easier, it's better that justice is actually done than it being denied to the person that deserves it. So the law has have actually set out procedures giving all the leverage for you to take advantage of the legal practitioners, but it's all left for you as a person. But most of the time, it may become very futile. It may become very futile to you if you don't take advantage of the practitioners made available to you.
Okay, thank you so very much. Finally, before you go, can you advise the general public concerning rights to self-defense and the need to obey laws and order?
Yes, I want to advise that it's not easy to even though we expect, like we said earlier, it can happen to anybody. But it's always good to try as much as possible to avoid anything that will put you through the rigors of a criminal trial in Nigeria in particular. Because one, like we said, the investigatory bodies, they don't really do the job of investigating very well. The trial itself is a one whole of a process. Before you know it, before you might even be granted bail, so if you're already in Kuje or you are in Kefi, before they'll now start working on how to get you out. You end up suffering even before you are either discharged, acquitted, or found not guilty. So I would advise that we should try as much as possible to be law abiding. Where we take advantage of legal processes to fight for our grievances or our grudges against whoever, instead of taking laws into our hands. Because in the long run, to defend oneself, before you finish your defending yourself in a criminal trial, the time is gone. A lot of things, resources are already expended, and you may have passed through the prison system on all that. You may have been punished indirectly.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much for your thoughts and insights on this topic, defending oneself in a criminal trial. And you educated us, and you also taught us Spanish. What was that thing you said in Spanish?
Audio current pattern is Latin.
Oh, Latin, actually.
Yeah, it's Latin. It's a Latin maxim.
Okay.
It means that you should give the other party the right to be heard. You should hear before you.
Actually, prefer it in Latin than English. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Momo Sani Orisha Salawu. And we've heard it all from the horse's mouth, how to defend ourselves in a criminal trial. Now we go on a short break. When we come back, good morning, Abuja continues. So stay with us on the Unity Station.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
We celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
Jama'a barkanmu da wannan
The Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
It's a pleasure to know that you're always with us on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station, and it's still Good Morning Abuja. Now, on to our next conversation for the day. We've been talking about youth inclusion, carrying the next generation in everything we do for a better Nigeria, right? Well, I have a youth in the studio who is a communication expert, and she's here to talk to us about transformative leadership and collaboration for socio-economic development. I have in the studio Gloria Tor. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Pamela. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's always a pleasure having you.
Yeah. All right, my guest is a communication expert. As I said, she is head of communication and social media manager for Yali Network Abuja. Once again, welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
And we've been talking about having youth in key positions. There's been much talk about youth being in a place of leadership, and communication plays a very important role. Now, in your own words, how would you define transformative leadership in the context of Nigeria?
Oh, thanks so much for that question. It's always something I love to ponder on, right? Transformative leadership. First, we need to define what transformative is. What do you want to transform? How do you want Nigeria to be? How do you want the youth to be included in every decision of the country? So now I would say in this context, transformative leadership is a way of including younger ones, having equality in everything that we do. So that is what I call transformation leadership in that.
Okay. So we've been talking about how communication is key in everything we do. Could you tell us in what ways does effective communication contribute to transformative leadership?
Okay, effective communication. Communication is a bridge between when you pass a message through encoding and decoding using the media term, and how effective communication can be a substance. You need to include people, you need to be able to bridge that gap, like in the form of, thank God the world is a global village right now, right? And we can use social media for everything that we want to use. But in as much as there are some lapses, some people are not having the access to social media, we can also go through traditional medium using television, radio to pass across that message you want them to hear. So that is what I call effective communication. When you pass it across, you need to get feedback from such.
Okay. Now let's bring it down to youth. Now we've been talking. We're talking about transformative leadership and collaborations for socio-economical economic development. Now, when we're talking about development, we know that the next generation is the youth. So if you don't empower the youth, if you don't train the youth to be who you are, the future of your country will definitely look gloomy. Now, what role does collaborations across sectors what does it how does it engage youth in developing Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Development, I would speak from where I'm coming from, the Young African Leaders Initiative, that is Yearly Network Abuja. When I got nominated, I wasn't really expecting it, and that role has been able to shape me to who I am today. I can proudly say I have my own initiative, more like a non-profit. Now, collaboration is key. I dwell more on the sustainable development goals because I am an advocate for SDGs, and I love the goal 17, that is partnership for the goals. Without partnership for the goals, we cannot achieve anything. If Mr. A has this particular thing you're looking for, maybe Mr. B does not have, it is good you come together to form this project, be of impact to your society, and you see that you're empowering more generations. That is what I call collaborative socioeconomic development in the CSO world.
Now we know that without communication, we are nothing. Either it's verbal or you're giving signs. Now there seems to be a bridge, like a divide between the older generation and this newer generation. How can communication serve as a bridge between these two? Most of the times it's like the ideas the younger generation has, the older ones do not have, and communicating it to them is usually,
Being
talk to us about that.
difficult. Okay, from that context, I call the two ways of communication. I made mention of social media. We can use social media as a tool because most people are on social media, be it Facebook, be it Twitter, that's X, be it Instagram, or whatsoever means you're using. If you cannot communicate through that, text message can do. That is SMS. That's the better way you can bridge in this communication. You can send message and you can also receive a feedback. And for those that are disabled, they are also being inclusive. That's why we have sign interpreters and all. If we can get all this in place, then we will not be having issues of the gap or lapses of communication.
Okay. So when we're talking about communication and bridging the gap between the old and new generation, because of communication, I want to believe trust has been let down.
Yes.
How do we rebuild this trust between leaders and the youth now? How can we rebuild that trust using communication?
Well, rebuilding the trust between leaders and the youth, I know is one strong thing that we're struggling with in African countries, especially in this country. Now, rebuilding that trust, we need to see, the youth want to see action. They don't just like it when our leaders talk or church by mouths. Let me use that. So they would want to see such action. Once our leaders are being able to act according to what they have said or tabled before we do, they are very, very easy to work with. With that, leaders can be able to build trust and get the minds of the people.
All right. There's another issue of miscommunication. Most people, especially with this era that the social media is everywhere, anyone can just be out there and saying lots of things, whether it is verified, giving out information, false information, most of the
Fake
time,
news.
whether it's verified or not, it's just out there. How can misinformation and poor communication derail socio-economic development? And what do we do to go back to the olden times, so that everything that is out there is verified and is true?
Okay, that brings me down to a webinar I attended on media literacy, information and literacy, where a question similar to this was asked: how can we verify? We find out that most bloggers are our problem in this country. They just want to make money. They just want that click on their blogs so that they can generate more income. I learned that AI now, AI is the winning order of the day.
Definitely.
That AI has come up with something that they can, like, more like a fact checking website, wherever a news is being dropped, you can drop that link, it will verify it. If you can have more of that, and also before any media person or before anyone in general goes to broadcast a news that is wrong, it is always good to have a proper fact check. And we should also know the dangers of spreading false news, because false news spread faster than the actual
And
one.
most times you don't even know the ripple effect of what that can do. All right, that's a very valid point you made there, but we'll go on a short break. Go on a short break, and then when we come back, this show continues, and my guests will still be here. So go nowhere, stay with us.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
First of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
Welcome back. Yes, we did promise that we'll go on a short break and be back. And I promise that my guest will still be in the studio. And yes, the beautiful Gloria Tor is still in the studio, and we're still discussing transformative leadership and collaboration for socio-economic development rather. All right, so based on your experience, because you seem to have a lot of that, you've been working with youth across Nigeria, what qualities make a leader truly transformative in communication and collaboration?
Thank you so much. The qualities that makes a leader transformative is how would I even put the word? How can you be credible to your followers, you need to be accountable. When you have these two things, then you can be a good leader. You can lead when you have selflessness, because some people get into position for their own selfish gain. But if you remove all those aside, you'll be able to say that you are a transforming leader. I will always give instance of Yali. We usually serve for the period of 1 year, and after 1 year, new set of leadership takes up. And what I've been able to achieve in the communication space, it's mind blowing, honestly. Even me, I cannot imagine, because this same year there's so many things, ups and downs, but the strength I had to be able to continue what I'd already signed up for. And when I picked up the communication space, the handle and all, I told myself, in the space of 1 year, what do I want to achieve? I looked at all the things my predecessor did. Okay, this is what I want. I want an engaging audience. I do not want to buy followers. I want them organically. And I had to sit down, strategize with my coordinator. Okay, coordinator, this is it. We need to go to the studio, shoot. So many people are asking, what is Yali all about? What do we do? We need to tell them, okay, this is what we do at Yali.
So you set your goals
yes,
for the
I
year.
had to set my goals through content calendar and all. And it was very clear and concise. When that video came out, we had up to 1,000 views on Instagram, and that was the highest views we're able to get beginning of the year. And thank God for everything, because through that, consistency again is something one should work on. When you're consistent, when you're intentional, you see you'll be able to build, you'll be able to grow, learn, unlearn, and relearn. Thank you.
All right. So, what advice would you give emerging leaders on using communication to drive to drive their goals or to drive their points home?
Communication is key. We see that the order of the day is digital communication, right? We can make use of infographics. We can use storytelling. I believe I'm a firm believer of storytelling. With storytelling, you can be able to connect with your own audience to derive such goal. The message needs to be clear, not because, oh, you want to use storytelling. You will now start passing messages that people do not relate with. When you're able to get that in place, you can be able to have your people follow you, understand you, and also build with you.
Now, for everything we do, we project into the future. We like to see that there's a bright future before we go into any venture. How do you see the future of leadership, communication evolving in Nigeria over the next, let's say, the next decade?
Well, with the way youth are going, our youth are very, very talented. And I would say that in the next years to come, I wouldn't want to give it a time frame, but I know in the next years to come, we'll be able to get there. We'll be able to stand on our feet, because youth are not smiling. And now we can see most of our youth are not even aiming at the national level, they are at the global stage. If BN can recognize someone that does spoken word, how about someone who is in the communication field using storytelling and other medium to pass information?
Wow. Thank you so much for your insights on Good Morning Abuja. Just before we go, I'd like you to give that advice you've always wanted to give the Nigerian youth about standing out.
Wow, you actually took the words out of my mouth. Standing out, like I always use myself as a reference. I am a proud author of a book, Born for More, The Power of Resilience, which is yet to be launched. And what actually brought out that title, Born for More, is looking at my story from my teenage age down to this period, with the fact that I lost someone so dear to me and all. If I, Gloria, can be able to make it stand up and not relent, I believe every young Nigerian called youth can also be able to make a difference, because nothing is limiting you. You shouldn't have an excuse for laziness. You shouldn't have an excuse of not wanting to try. It is better you try and fail. You stand up, you pick up from where you have stopped, and before you know it, the star will be your starting point.
Thank you so much, Gloria Tor, for coming on this show. Good morning, Abuja.
Thank you so much for having me.
You sure have made a wonderful guest.
Thank
All
you.
right, my guest has said it all. He has said that the youth need to, we need to rise up, and the sky won't just be our limit, but a starting point. Now we go on another short break. When we come back, this show continues.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
We've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
They know my story. Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike.
This is Entertainment Gist.
In the 14th century, 15th, 16th century, and even 17th.
That is for zakah to cure our greed.
The purpose why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to create humanity.
The Bible talks about a man called Apollos. This is NTA Abuja Channel 5.
See you same time.
And have a great and blessed week ahead.
Welcome back from that break. Yes. When it's Friday, it's the day where we take comedy skits. Yes, we just have to bring comedy your way to lighten up your Friday. Thank God it's Friday, so let's watch this comedy skit together.
How can someone leave his whole country to another nation? To come and be drinking for a portion of land that he doesn't know how that land came about. No, some people are very wicked. Some people are very wicked.
Who provoked my husband like this? What did he roll before the job? I didn't understand you. You don't say carry the best since morning. What was really happening?
No. My eyes have seen the worst. My eyes have seen the worst. The worst of it all. The worst of it all. A nearby portion of land.
What happened again? A portion of land.
Someone that is not from this nation. He's trying to take a portion of land that also belongs to his generation.
Where again?
Even his forefather doesn't know how that land came about.
You cannot understand just speaking videos. What's happening now?
You will not understand. You will not understand.
Just be coming down my husband. Let me go and get you two water, okay?
I need it.
Let me
go
get water.
Let me do water.
Calm down.
Oh man. This small is more because of all the wrong shoulder together. This one get mine. He get mine. One color be my side chick. You look get mine. This one buy and gift. Two of them they go shopping. One leather for her and they come. Last time they buy with pass down. I'm not gonna die there.
Hey, so the flora be this nation. Plot of land. All this you don't get carry the topic.
No, be flora. Which flora?
I don't tell you to give this guy big notice.
Which flora? They talk of say where the flow of the river.
Horrible. They ask my husband what they have. So that flora.
I mention portion of land.
So that flora be the portion of land.
When you wait him, I say flow of river.
High time.
A land that has river. Flow.
river flow. So it's high time I'll call your uncle. Tell them this don't say so you just go for this compound. You they cheat on me with your 10 and you see guy.
Me cheat on you. Me,
landlord. When I go call Oshuke uncle. Wait for this insult.
See.
Wait. As for that Madam Flora, in short.
You know, I did not say Flora. I say flow. Flow of waters. Not be Flora. Flow of waters. You never let me misunderstand this. Flow. You don't know the difference between flow and Flora. Does flow and Flora sound alike?
As I'm coming back for the both of you. Oshuke.
Comedy skit there from Compound Matters. That was rib cracking. Now, up next is our movie trailer for the week. What would you be watching? What would you be anticipating? Let's see that.
Joseph who they talk to make I hear. Joseph.
I will not allow you to embark on this journey. This is a suicide mission, Joe.
I know the in and out of that house. I can go in there and come out without being noticed.
Imagine after serving her for the past 7 years, you just want to push him away like that?
I should settle a boy that has been stealing my money. This idiot here rented a house for a girl with my money.
Adobe is very wicked. She will kill you.
Nobody can kill me. You think I'm a child? You think I move alone?
Let him return all the money he stole from Adobe.
I will prove to him that in the jungle where lion exists, he cannot take orders from the antelope.
My name is Joseph Olisa. Isimiliji for one for TK Kingdom.
There is a hand on the wall writing, Mene, take care of Paris.
You will die and I don't want you to die.
I will not die. I am doing this for my people. They are suffering because of me. I need to fight for them.
What's in the one now? What was that? Huh?
It's my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law?
Yes, he's accusing me of selling his brother's heart. Selling my husband's heart.
Did you sell my brother's heart to one of the patients?
So all of a sudden, he's your brother.
But he was sick and in so much pain. You didn't pick your calls, you didn't show up. No one was by his bedside until he passed. And now you realize he's your brother.
I have nothing to say to you. You have no blame in this.
I blame my husband, who lies cold in your heart, just watching you treat me with so much contempt.
Let's properly honor this heart. Let's make him truly rest. Let me make amends, please. Let me make right all the wrongs.
I have no idea where I'm going. But it's going to be a place called peace.
When it came to being bad,
Hey, are you single? I'm a matchmaker. Give me a call if you want to meet somebody.
I deserve someone who fulfills all of my criteria.
Nothing over 20 BMI.
I don't want someone who likes cats.
I'm trying to settle. I promise you're going to marry the love of your life.
How many marriages are you responsible for now, Lucy?
9. If the girl asks for a call, drink of water, with a salary over 500 grand, always Mr. Right, you deliver.
You're the matchmaker. You want a drink?
Sure. Coke and beer.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, John.
Definitely didn't expect to run into you tonight.
I missed you.
Yeah, you don't even remember my face.
Lucy M., the eternal bachelorette.
You can do better than me.
My instincts are usually right.
My baby.
Hi.
Wow. You know how to do the math, don't you? You are what we call a unicorn. An impossible fantasy. How much is this apartment?
12 million.
We have apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He is trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one.
What hideous planet is caught in your crosshairs?
A shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
What the hell?
He's so cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Down from there!
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing?
Talk like an angel.
No. Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Great movies there, I tell you. Welcome back. I totally enjoyed those movie trailers. I definitely would use this weekend to watch one or two, or if not all the three. All right, what will today's weather look like? Let's find out together. And with that weather report, we come to the end of today's edition of Good Morning Abuja. Hope we inspired you to be a better version of who you are. We'd like to say thank you to our esteemed viewers for watching this program. Thank you, our viewer. You made this happen. And also our guests, thank you for coming on the program. Now it's Friday. Let's enjoy our weekend. Yes, everybody waits for Friday. Thank God it's Friday, yes? All right, from the entire production crew, we wish you a lovely weekend. I remain Pamela Zampara.